Have you ever wondered why some cultures seem to unlock remarkable longevity, while we in the West invest in expensive anti-aging fads with little to show for it? Japan holds the record for the most centenarians, with over 90,000 people thriving past the age of 100. But when Harvard Research has investigated this phenomenon, they found a startling truth. Their longevity wasn't tied to miracle pills or extreme diets. The real secret was found in 6 foundational movements, woven into their daily lives, movements that Western medicine is only now beginning to understand. Hello, and welcome to the Senior Wellness Center. I'm Dr. Kenji Sato. For years, as both a physician and someone with deep Japanese roots, I've been fascinated by this very question. My passion is to uncover the timeless wisdom from my heritage and validate it with the rigor of today's science. I believe that vibrant aging isn't about fighting time. It's about gracefully moving with it. Today, I'm honored to share these powerful, yet simple, secrets with you. These aren't just isolated exercises. They are a complete system, and modern science is finally catching up. Researchers at Stanford have called this approach the most overlooked aspect of longevity in modern medicine. Japanese elders who practice these foundational movements have shown up to 40% less cognitive decline than their Western counterparts. Their balanced systems function like those of someone decades younger, and their joints remain supple and pain-free well into their golden years. We will explore all 6 of these movements, starting with the least complex and building to the most powerful. But I must give you a special warning about movement number 1. It's a practice so profound that in a study of 15,000 Japanese seniors, it was linked to an average increase in lifespan of 7 years. Yet, an estimated 90% of Americans have never even heard of it. It takes just 2 minutes and requires 0 equipment. But neuroscientists have found it lights up more areas of the brain at once than any other single activity they've ever measured. Before we begin with our first secret, I'd love to know who I'm speaking with. Let me know your age and where you're watching from in the comments below. I truly enjoy reading your stories. Let's begin with movement number 6, the very foundation of a Japanese elder's day, the art of slow walking, known as Sanpo. This may seem almost too simple to be profound, but in Japan, it's treated with the reverence of a sacred medicine. Sanpo is not about speed or distance. It's the opposite of a Western power walk. It is an intentional, mindful movement, performed at about half the speed you would normally walk. Japanese seniors typically practice this for 20 to 30 minutes each morning, often before breakfast. The magic lies in its deliberate slowness, combined with a very specific breathing pattern. This is the key. As you walk, you take 1 slow breath in for 2 steps. You hold that breath for another 2 steps, and then you exhale slowly over 4 steps. This 2 to 4 rhythm creates a powerful harmony between your body and mind, synchronizing your cardiovascular and nervous systems in a way that faster walking simply cannot achieve. The results are nothing short of remarkable. A 2019 study from Kyoto University tracked thousands of seniors for a decade. Those who practiced daily Sanpo showed a staggering 62% less arterial stiffness than the control group. Their blood pressure also dropped by an average of 12 points systolic and 8 points diastolic. But the benefits go even deeper. The slow, deliberate pace allows your foot to make complete, rolling contact with the ground. This activates all 33 joints in each foot, which is something most modern shoes prevent us from doing. This full contact sends a cascade of proprioceptive signals up through your nervous system to your brain. These signals are your body's internal GPS, and this practice fine-tunes them, dramatically improving your balance and spatial awareness, which is critical for preventing falls. So, how do you practice Sanpo correctly? First, focus on the roll of your foot. Land gently on your heel, roll smoothly through your arch, and then push off with your toes. Imagine your foot is painting the ground with each step. Keep your gaze soft, focused about 6 feet ahead of you, not down at your feet. Your arms should swing naturally but minimally, with your hands relaxed and your fingers gently curved. The goal is calm, not exertion. And remember that breathing pattern. At first, you may need to count your steps to maintain the rhythm. Inhale 2, hold 2, exhale. Soon, It will become second nature. Practice this in the morning to counter naturally high cortisol levels, and whenever possible, choose a natural terrain like grass or a dirt path. This further stimulates the nerves in your feet and enhances the benefits. Start with just 10 minutes a day and gradually build from there. Now, let's move to our fifth secret, a practice that rebuilds your body from the ground up: daily stretching, or Rajyo Taiso. Every morning at precisely 6:30 a.m., a gentle piano melody plays across Japan's public broadcasting system. This is the signal for a national ritual. Millions of Japanese people, from school children to seniors, have performed these radio calisthenics daily since 1928. But don't let the word calisthenics fool you. This is nothing like a strenuous Western workout. Rajyo Taiso is a flowing sequence of 13 specific, dynamic stretches. This distinction is crucial. Unlike static stretching, where you hold a position, dynamic stretching involves continuous, gentle movement. The entire routine is performed in exactly 3 minutes and 15 seconds. The science behind this is remarkable. These gentle, flowing movements increase the production of synovial fluid in your joints by up to 30%. Think of this fluid as oil for your body's hinges. Without regular movement, this fluid can thicken and decrease, leading to the stiffness, aches, and pains we so often associate with aging. Rajyo Taiso is the daily oil change that keeps the entire body running smoothly. The sequence is beautifully designed. It begins with gentle arm raises, synchronized with your breath, to open up the chest and improve lung capacity. This is followed by graceful arm rotations to mobilize the delicate shoulder joints. Next come gentle twisting movements to maintain spinal flexibility, and side bends that stretch the intercostal muscles between your ribs, which are vital for deep breathing. Finally, gentle marching and shallow squats keep the knees and hips mobile without causing strain. Researchers from Osaka Medical College studied thousands of seniors, and the results were astounding. Daily practitioners had 40% fewer falls and 55% less chronic back pain. They maintained nearly full range of motion in their shoulders and hips well into their 80s. To get the maximum benefit, timing is everything. Japanese elders perform this immediately upon waking. This takes advantage of the natural peak in growth hormone that occurs during sleep, a time when your muscles and connective tissues are most receptive to stretching and repair. The movements should feel like you're moving through warm, honey-smooth, continuous, and never forced. If the full routine is too much at first, simply focus on the arm raises and gentle twists. These provide the most benefit for the least amount of effort. Now for movement number 4, the deep squat rest, or a shink. Walk through any Japanese park, and you'll see something remarkable. Elderly people, well into their 80s and 90s, resting comfortably in a deep squat, heels flat on the ground, chatting or tending to plants. They can maintain this position for 10, 20, even 30 minutes without discomfort. Meanwhile, most Westerners over 60 struggle to hold it for even 10 seconds. This isn't a failure of flexibility. It's the result of losing a fundamental human position that our chair-based cultures have forgotten. Japanese seniors maintain this ability because they practice it daily, often accumulating 20 to 30 minutes in this position throughout their day. The benefits revealed by science are life-changing. A groundbreaking study from the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology followed 5,000 seniors for 12 years. Those who could hold a deep squat for at least 2 minutes had a 70% lower risk of requiring assisted living later in life. They maintained their independence for an average of 9 years longer than those who couldn't squat. The biomechanics explain why this simple rest is so powerful. The deep squat naturally opens the hip joints to their full range of motion, preventing the capsular tightening that leads to the shuffling gaits so common in Western seniors. It maintains ankle flexibility, which is crucial for balance, and strengthens the pelvic floor muscles that control bladder function. Most importantly, it acts as a natural form of spinal decompression, allowing nutrient-rich fluid to flow into the discs between your vertebrae, fighting back pain and stiffness. In fact, Harvard researchers found that cultures where deep squatting is common have up to 80% of fewer hip replacement surgeries and 60% less chronic lower back pain. So, how can you reclaim this vital human movement? You can begin by practicing with your back against a wall for support. Place your feet shoulder-width apart, with your toes pointed slightly outward. Slowly lower yourself, keeping your back straight and letting your knees track over your toes. Go only as low as you comfortably can. If you find your heels lifting off the ground, that's perfectly normal. To start, you can place a simple rolled-up towel under your heels for support. This is a great, free way to begin. As you get more comfortable and want to progress safely, a tool called an adjustable squat wedge can provide a more stable and consistent angle. It's what physical therapists often use to help people regain mobility. We've linked a great option in the description. The key is frequency, not duration. 5 separate 1-minute squats throughout the day provide far more benefit than trying to hold one 5-minute squat. Integrate it into your life. Squat to tie your shoes, to play with grandchildren, or while gardening. Each time you do, you're reinforcing a pattern of mobility and independence. Next, we arrive at movement number 3, a practice that rewires your nervous system for decades of stability: single leg standing, or ippon ashi. This might sound absurdly simple, but in Japan, physicians prescribe single leg standing just as Western doctors prescribe medication. Patients over 60 are instructed to stand on one leg for 1 minute, twice daily, as a form of preventive medicine. It's so effective, it's even covered by health insurance, because the scientific data supporting it is simply overwhelming. The Fukuoka University study of aging, which tracked 12,000 participants for 15 years, found that those who practiced daily single-leg standing had 68% fewer hip fractures and an astonishing 75% fewer falls that required hospitalization. The benefits extend directly to your brain. Brain scans of participants revealed increased gray matter in the motor cortex and cerebellum, the areas of your brain critical for balance, coordination, and smooth, controlled movement. Here's why it's so powerful. When you stand on one leg, your body is forced to make thousands of tiny, unconscious micro-adjustments every minute to maintain balance. This strengthens not just your leg muscles, but the entire neuromuscular system, the intricate communication network between your brain and your body. Your proprioceptors, the tiny sensors in your muscles and joints that tell your brain where your body is in space, become hyperactive and more refined. Your vestibular system, the balance center in your inner ear, sharpens its responses. Even your visual processing speeds up. It is a full system upgrade for your stability. To begin, start simple and safe. Stand near a wall or a sturdy chair that you can touch for support. Lift one foot just an inch or two off the ground. Don't lift it high. Focus your eyes on a fixed point about 10 feet in front of you. This will help you stabilize, breathe normally, and try to hold the position for 30 seconds. It's harder than it looks. After 30 seconds, switch legs and repeat. As you improve, you can add a challenge. Close your eyes. This removes your visual input, forcing your other balance systems to work much harder and adapt. Many Japanese elders progress to doing this while brushing their teeth, seamlessly integrating 2 minutes of powerful practice into an existing daily routine. The key is progressive overload. When 30 seconds becomes easy, increase to when standing with your eyes closed becomes manageable. You can increase the challenge by standing on a folded towel for an unstable surface. This forces those micro muscles to work even harder. For a more consistent challenge, many physical therapists use a special foam balance pad, which is designed for this exact purpose. It's an excellent tool to safely take your balance training to the next level. We've linked one in the description. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic have even found that your single-leg standing time is a better predictor of longevity than your blood pressure or cholesterol levels. It's a direct reflection of your body's neurological health. You're doing wonderfully. We've covered 4 foundational movements, and now we're about to explore the 2 most powerful secrets for maintaining both your physical and cognitive health. If you're finding this information valuable, please take a moment to hit the like button so more people can discover these secrets, and subscribe to the Senior Wellness Center. We have more life-changing content coming every week, and you don't want to miss it. Now, let's unlock the movement that is essentially a full brain workout. Let's dive into our second most powerful movement, floor sitting transitions, or Seiza Henka. Here's a statistic that will blow your mind. The average Japanese person over 70 transitions from standing down to the floor and back up again over 20 times per day. They don't see it as exercise. It's simply a part of life. They sit on the floor for meals, for tea, for watching television, and for socializing. In contrast, many Westerners stop getting on and off the floor entirely as they age, and this has profound consequences. Each transition from standing to sitting and back up is a complex, full-body movement that maintains strength, hip flexibility, and coordination in ways no single gym exercise can replicate. But the most shocking benefit isn't physical. A massive study from the University of Tsukuba followed 10,000 seniors. The floor sitters not only had 40% more lower body strength and 50% better hip flexibility, but their cognitive test scores were consistently 15% higher. The researchers discovered that the complex motor planning required for these transitions, sequencing your movements, controlling your balance, modulating your strength, activates the prefrontal cortex. This is your brain's executive function center. It's essentially a full-brain workout disguised as a simple daily activity. The traditional method is graceful. From a standing position with your feet together, you lower one knee to the ground, then the other, settling back onto your heels in a kneeling position called seiza. From here, you can shift into various comfortable floor-sitting positions, like cross-legged or sa. To rise, you simply reverse the process. Bring one foot forward into a lunge, and then push through that front leg to stand, bringing the other foot to meet it. This sounds simple, but it requires incredible control and strength that we lose over time. To rebuild this ability safely, start with supported transitions. Practicing on a soft carpet is good, but for your knees, an extra thick non-slip yoga mat provides excellent cushioning and safety. You can also use a sturdy step stool or ottoman as an intermediate step. Place your hands on the stool as you lower yourself to your knees. Once you feel stable, remove your hands. Over weeks, gradually use less hand support until the movement becomes smooth and unassisted. The goal is not perfection, but frequency. Even just a few transitions each day send powerful signals to your body and brain that you are still capable and strong. Studies show the ability to rise from the floor without using your hands is one of the single strongest predictors of longevity. Brazilian research of 6 years longer than those who couldn't. It's that important. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The number one secret. The movement that researchers found was the single most powerful predictor of a long and healthy life. It is the king of all movements. The towel twist, or Tenugui. This is it. The practice that changed everything we thought we knew about aging and exercise. It involves nothing more than a simple hand towel, yet Japanese centenarians credit this 2-minute ritual more than any other for their incredible vitality. But to call it a towel twist is like calling the ocean a puddle. This movement activates deep muscle fibers that remain dormant in 99% of traditional exercises. When researchers at Tohoku University attached electrodes to subjects performing Tenugi Hibiki, they were stunned. They recorded muscle activation in places they didn't even expect. Deep spinal stabilizers fired. Intrinsic foot muscles engaged. Even the tiny muscles in the face showed increased activity. This is a true full-body activation. The landmark study that shocked the medical world followed 15,000 Japanese seniors for 20 years. The results were extraordinary. Those who performed Tenugi Hibiki for just 2 minutes daily had, on average, a 7-year longer life expectancy. Their grip strength, a single best predictor of mortality, remained strong until an average age of 9. They even maintained bone density equivalent to people 20 years younger. The neurological benefits were even more profound. The bilateral coordination required for the twist activated both hemispheres of the brain simultaneously, forging new neural pathways. Participants showed improved memory, faster reaction times, and significantly lower rates of dementia. So, let's break down exactly how to do it. First, roll up a hand towel. Hold it horizontally at shoulder height, with your hands about 18 inches apart, palms facing down. Now, create tension by pulling your hands outward, as if you are actively trying to rip the towel apart. This tension is the secret. While maintaining that constant outward tension, keep your hips facing forward and slowly rotate your entire upper torso to the right as far as you comfortably can. The twist must come from your core, not from your arms. Hold at the furthest point for 3 seconds. Then, slowly and with control, return to the center while inhaling. Now, exhale as you twist to the left, still pulling the towel apart. Hold for 3 seconds and return to center. That's 1 repetition. Aim for 5 to 10 repetitions on each side. The constant isometric contraction is what triggers the magic. It signals your muscles to release special proteins called Think of myokines as hope molecules. They act like medicine, traveling through your body to reduce inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and even promote the growth of new brain cells. The towel twist produces more of these powerful myokines per minute than almost any other movement ever studied. For best results, use a towel that allows a firm grip. A high-grip microfiber hand towel can help ensure you maintain that crucial, unbroken tension throughout the movement. Japanese elders perform this immediately upon waking to activate the nervous system for the day, and again before bed to promote recovery and deep sleep. Just 1 minute in the morning and 1 at night is all it takes to unlock the full spectrum of benefits. No gym, no weights, just you and a towel. As we conclude, remember that the true revolution in understanding aging isn't about discovering some new, complex technology. It's about recognizing the profound wisdom in the simple movements that Japanese elders have quietly practiced for generations. These 6 movements are a complete system for maintaining your body's functionality throughout life. They address strength, flexibility, balance, and neural health all at once, integrating seamlessly into your daily routine. They treat aging not as a disease to be fought, but as a natural process to be navigated with grace and strength. The Japanese have shown us the way, and the science has validated their approach. To help you get started, I've created a complete summary of all 6 movements, along with links to the helpful tools we discussed. You can find everything in the first pinned comment below this video. Now, I have a question for you. Which of these 6 movements will you start with today? Share your choice in the comments below. Your journey inspires us all. And if you enjoyed this content and want to continue your journey to a healthier life, check out the videos appearing on your screen now. I'm sure they'll help you immensely. Click on one of them, and I'll see you there.